What's up, everybody? Welcome back to my channel. Thank you for joining me today. Today we're going to be talking about Ethereum, looking at its price action, the fact that the bulls managed to keep it inside of this trading range. We're going to be talking about Ethereum exchange reserves hitting a 2-year low and what that could do for the price. And we're also going to be talking about its upcoming upgrade, EIP-1559, and what improvements that can bring other than just lowering the supply with every transaction. Because I think this function might be just as, if not more important than the supply burning function of EIP-1559. So, before we get into any of that, if at any point you enjoy this video or find any of this information helpful, please consider hitting the like, hitting subscribe, and turning on my post notifications. Any amount of support is greatly appreciated, especially while my channel is at such a young age, so I really appreciate all the support you guys have been giving me. Alright, and with that being said, let's look at Ethereum. So, on the 4-hour, the volume is actually looking very good. I like this volume. It was a nice curved negative volume, and then it has been steadily increasing on the positive side while the price has been increasing in this range. We got our anchor wave down here, trigger wave, and then another trigger wave right here, tiny one just formed with a green dot, and because of that we got a nice little pump up here. Now we gotta be watching if we can get above this resistance level and hold it as support, because if not, we would be putting in lower highs, and that would probably lead to a breakout of this trend. Now this daily volume's still not looking the best, but it's starting to curve over, which makes me think that this could end up looking something like this, with the volume maybe, hopefully, flipping back over into the positive around the middle of July, maybe late July. The 12-hour volume looks a bit more choppy, but I mean, it's kind of starting to decrease. We got some lower lows here with the volume. But yeah, the real important thing here is that we can get above this resistance line and hold it as support if we're going to continue trading higher inside this range. If not, then we're probably going to break out of it to the downside, and then we might just kind of vibe around here for the next few days. So let's look at these news stories because they are a lot more exciting than the charts. Ethereum exchange reserves plummet to more than 2-year low. Ethereum exchange reserves have now hit a new low for the first time in over 2 years. According to CryptoQuant, this number has plummeted from 26 million from June of last year to less than 21 million by July 2021. This seems to be in tandem with the increase in price of Ethereum over the months. As the price of ETH has gone up, the exchange reserves have continuously gone down. And you can see that on the chart right here. Right here, this area right here was the lowest that it has been. So what does this show us? That more people are buying Ethereum and taking it off of exchanges and holding it, and that's less Ethereum on exchanges available to sell. So this is all very bullish. Despite this large uptick that we had right when the price crashed, we have set a new low of Ethereum on exchanges. Exchange reserves are the available supply for selling, altcoin purchasing, and margin trading on exchanges. Now there are less and less of this amount available on the exchanges. Also, more and more people are staking Ethereum. It only takes 32 Ethereum coins to be able to run your own nodes and become a validator. This means that users are now taking their coins out of exchanges and putting them in their own private wallets. As long as they have enough coins, they can set up their own nodes and can stake their ETH on their own terms. This leaves investors with a lesser amount of coins leaving their coins on exchanges. the exchanges have collectively lost over 5 million coins from their reserves in a year, and it is expected that this number will likely continue as more investors get into staking. A staggering number of 6 million ETH has now been staked in ETH 2.0. The number of validators in the network has now surpassed 179,000 and counting. Also, I want to talk about another feature of EIP-1559 that I don't see a lot of people actually talking about, and that is the issues with the fees that you pay when you transact on Ethereum. And what they originally had was some sort of miner tip system, which essentially the more you paid, the faster your transaction ran. And a lot of people found some issues with that because you actually didn't know how much you're supposed to pay. So if you underpaid, then your transaction would take a long time. If you overpaid, then, well, you overpaid. And here's how they're fixing that. So if the base fee that is included in the transaction is burned, then the miners would not have any incentive to include transactions in mined blocks. This would clearly be an existential problem for the Ethereum blockchain. However, the creators of EIP-1559 have thought of this, and therefore they have implemented a miner tip system where users can submit tips to miners alongside the base fee in order to get their transactions included. If the point of EIP-1559 was to improve UX, then having one fee bidding system replace another fee bidding system is underwhelming. Users would still have to bid to get their transactions included even alongside the base fee, so from a UX standpoint, this EIP is less effective than it could be. So how do they fix that? So their solution is that instead of there being a tip where like the more you pay, the faster the transaction runs, the miner tip is going to be a percentage of the base fee, with the percentage being a function of the total hashing power from the network under proof of work and or the total Ethereum staked after proof of stake. In conclusion, it basically means that anyone transacting would have to pay a total cost which would be known beforehand, completely eliminating the need for a bidding system. So the total cost is the base fee, which you would pay already, plus the miner tip, which beforehand you had to bid on the miner tip. Higher tip means higher transaction time, but the way that they are doing this by calculating miner tip based on the base fee, which is based on the hashing power, you would know beforehand exactly what you would need to pay instead of having to guess, making the whole process a lot smoother and also making sure that you're not overpaying for your transactions. Now, the reason I looked this up is because of this tweet right here from Chainlink God. He says, "I can't wait until EIP 1559, not just because of the transaction base fee burning, but so that I know what the gas price I need to pay to realistically get into the next couple blocks. The UX improvement is entirely underappreciated, much similar to UX. So imagine you went to fill up your car with gas, but they didn't tell you the price, you had to guess. If guessed too low, you don't get your gas for who knows how long. They may just dump it on the floor. And if guessed too high, then you overpaid. EIP 1559 fixes this. So not only is EIP 1559 going to decrease the supply of Ethereum by burning a amount of the fees with every transaction, but it's also going to fix the bidding system surrounding fees and possibly make it more streamlined. And I would assume it means that people on average have to pay less in fees than before when they just had to guess how much they had to pay in fees. I hope that all made sense to you guys. I'm still trying to learn as much about EIP 1559 as I can before it comes out. Seems like there's a lot of interesting upgrades coming to Ethereum with this, and well, I just really hope it goes smoothly. as I'm sure we all do. So yeah, let me know what you guys think of all of this in the comments. Are you guys excited for EIP 1559? Are you guys buying Ethereum right now? Put it all down in the comments. Alright guys, thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed, please consider hitting the like, hitting subscribe, and turning on my post notifications. I really appreciate all the support I've been getting, and I will see you all tomorrow for my next video. Peace out.